After maxing my level 3 skiller at the end of 2023, I've decided to start all over again by making my first ever main account that can train combat in over a decade. We've already completed the early game grind in Season 1, and we now have a ton of mid-game goals to achieve in Season 2, with this season's final goal being the defeat of Jad and obtaining my first ever fire cape. What's up guys, welcome to the first episode of Season 2 of Maxing a Main. As you guys can see, yet again, I am wearing all of my mining gear. In the last 2 weeks since I uploaded my last video, thank you all so much for the support by the way, it truly means a lot. I have been AFK mining shooting stars, and I got my mining level all the way from level 88 to 94, and we're only 80,000 XP away from level 95. And the whole time we were training mining, I was also doing birdhouse runs in between the rocks, and we managed to get all the way up to level 66, almost level 67 hunter. And of course, in order to make the U birdhouses, I needed to get level 60 crafting, which I got from cutting all of the uncut gems that I received while mining. And on top of all that, we also managed to get a total of 175,000 Stardust. Which is why I am here in Falador, because I'm going to be turning all of this Stardust into bags of gems. We're going to see how much those uncut gems are worth, but we're not going to be selling them, we're going to be crafting them. I also decided to dabble a little bit into mining amethyst. I mined about 1,400 amethyst, which is worth almost 5 mil. I think I'm going to save it though until I can do something with it. I don't have any levels besides the mining level to get it. I don't have anything to process it, so I might just hold that in the bank for now. But in the meantime, let's run over here and cash in this Stardust. And while I'm doing this, I already gave you guys sort of a sneak peek in the intro. Hope that you guys like that. But let's go over the Maxing a Main Season 2 goals. Alright, so the items and unlocks that we are going to need to complete in order to finish Season 2 is the Ice Gloves, the Barrows Gloves, Herb Sack, all of the skilling outfits, all of the defenders, Mage Arena spells and capes, Fighter Torso, Barbarian Fishing, and of course, we're going to be ending this season once we attain the Fire Cape. Under the quest category, I want to get 250 total quest points. I want to complete the Heroes Quest and Legends Quest, Desert Treasure 1, Morning's End Part 2, all of Recipe for Disaster, Lunar Diplomacy, and all of the Medium Achievement Diaries. For our stats, I want to get level 60 base stats in everything besides combat stats. For combat stats, I want to get level 75. That's going to be attack, strength, defense, HP, prayer, and magic and range. And I also want to get one level 99 stat. Though it seems like that level 99 stat is currently probably going to be mining, I'm not 100% sure on that. It could be something else. I also added 2 new categories, bonus and miscellaneous. So under the miscellaneous tab, I want to get 100 Scurious kill count. I completely forgot that boss existed through the entire first season, so I'm definitely going to want to check that out and get 100 KC, as well as 100 KC Barrows. I have never done Barrows in my entire life. Back in like 2007, 2008, I used to watch YouTube videos of people doing Barrows all the time, and it just seemed way out of my league. But I think that we finally are going to have the stats in order to do that, so I am looking forward to that. And as a bonus, this isn't a requirement, but it's just something that I kind of want to try to get, is any pet at all, whether that's a skilling pet or from a boss. I'm not going to need to obtain a pet in order to complete Season 2 if it comes down to it, but it would be a nice little cherry on top. I'm pretty happy with the way that the Season 2 goals, I'm pretty happy with all of these Season 2 goals. I'm pretty happy with all of these Season 2 mid-game goals. I'm pretty happy with all of these goals on this Season 2 mid-game list. I'm pretty happy with all of the things on this Season 2 goals list. I'm pretty happy with all of these things on the Season 2's mid-game goals. Holy shit. I'm pretty happy with everything. I'm pretty happy with all of these goals for the Seasons 2 mid-game. I'm pretty happy with all of these mid-game goals for Season 2. And I think once I complete everything on this list, it's going to be a pretty good setup to get started for Season 3, which is going to be higher end content. But I still really want to know what you guys think about this list down below. Alright, that is the remainder of all of our Stardust. We only have 127 left over, and we gained a total of 13.3 million GP worth of uncut gems. That is way more than what I was expecting. Too bad this price is going to get cut basically in half, I think, once I cut all of this stuff, but I'm not too worried about it. I mean, we do need the crafting XP, and it'll be a nice little boost. Oh, and I almost completely forgot. Before I even started making this video, someone randomly found me with my private chat off at one of the shooting star locations and donated 40,000 feathers. And I know I'm going to get this name wrong, but thank you so much, Benoiska P. I think maybe I got that right. I don't know. But thank you so much, man. First feather donation of the season. And here comes level 67 Hunter. We can now trap black salamanders. I don't think I'm going to be actually partaking in that. I'm probably just going to stick with Chinchompas and birdhouse runs, and possibly some herbivore in the future. So while I'm thinking about it, and I know that I will forget yet again, there was a quest that I wanted to do at the beginning of Season 1 that I completely forgot about, and that quest is Tribal Totem. It's very short. It's from 2002. We only need level 21 thieving to do it. I don't think I had that thieving level when I wanted to do the quest, so I put it off and I forgot about it. But that's a super simple quest that we can get done really quickly, so let's go do it. All right, Tribal Totem has been completed, giving us a quest point, 5 swordfish, and 1,775 thieving XP. Too bad I forgot to do this earlier, because that would have been way more useful, because as of now, we are still level 44 thieving. However, now I want to go get started on the recipe for disaster quests so that we can complete them all by the time that Season 2 is over. So what we're going to go do now is free Evil Dave and then free Pirate Pete. Okay, so for the item requirements, it says that we need a non-overgrown cat for catching rats. I thought that we were done catching rats, and I really hope that this is the last quest in order to have to catch rats, because after rat catchers, I'm over it. But it also said that we need many stews. I grabbed 15, hopefully that's enough. Oh god, that's a lot of reading. Is this the quest that turns your cat into a hellcat? It seems like it because you're getting these hell rats, but my cat's staying the same, so I don't know. Never really looked into it. I just thought that they were really, really cool looking back in the day. Hey, I just got my hellcat. That's awesome. It looks so cool. Oh my god, this is so bad. I have 1 stew left, and I have no idea what I'm doing. Okay, finally. Jeez Louise, it only took 28 minutes. I never want to come back here again. I was worried that my cat was going to turn into an overgrown cat and I would have to raise a new one from scratch. Thank the Lord that wasn't the issue. But there we go. We have freed Evil Dave, giving us a quest point, 7k cooking XP, the ability to make spicy stew, the ability to own a hellcat, an increased Culinary-Romancer's chest access. I have no idea what that is, and I know I said that wrong. But regardless, let's go free Pirate Pete. Oh, it brought us up to level 41 cooking. Well, at least now we have the fishbowl helmet and the diving apparatus so that we can do seaweed runs for farming. I'm really looking forward to that. It's supposedly like the best pet chance, I think. I mean, I wouldn't know. My skiller has like 57 million farming XP and still no pet. I decided to turn on the 117 plugin because we're underwater, and it looks amazing. And there we go. Pirate Pete has been freed, giving us another quest point and 1,000 cooking, fishing, smithing, and crafting XP, and more of the Culinary-Romancer's chest access. Very nice. So what we're going to go do next is another quest that I wanted to do in Season 1, but we didn't have the levels to do it, and that is Kaiba One-Eye Trio. Apparently, we've already started it before we realized that we couldn't do it. So yeah, let's go get this thing done. All right, I guess we just got a random level 43 fishing talking to this dude. That's pretty nice. All right, finally, we've completed Kaiba One-Eye Trio, giving us 2 quest points, 5,000 fishing and cooking XP, and 2,500 attack and strength XP, bringing our total quest points all the way up to 199. I don't know what it was about that quest, but it was kind of annoying to me. Not entirely sure why. But let's go do one more quest before we go and do something else. And that quest is Contact. Came out in 2007. It says it's short, but we'll see how short it really is. It says it's recommended to get 50 thieving. We have 44. I'm not sure if 50 really matters, but I guess we'll find out. If it stops me, looks like we'll have to get level 50 thieving. So I'm going to have to kill this giant scarab. I think it's level 192, I think it said. And since it says pray melee only if you're meleeing it, we should pray ranged. And hopefully that's fine. Yeah, okay, we should be good. This should be pretty easy. And apparently we can hit 16s now with Wind Blast. Very nice. Oh, this is where you get the Karis. I did not know that. I remember that from So Solid 2K's video, way back in the day of the melee max hits. That is so cool. I never had this in game before. And all right, there's Contact completed. I'm so glad I got this Karis. That's such a cool unlock. I never knew what it was from or how to get it back in the day. I just saw So Solid 2K's video of him hitting massive numbers on the Cow Fight Queen. And I've always wondered what that weapon was, but here it is, the Karis. We've also been awarded with 1 quest point, 7,000 thieving XP, a combat lamp, and Sophanum Bank access. That's pretty nice. But we now have a total quest points of 200. We only need 50 more quest points in order to reach the quest point goal of season 2. Brought our thieving level up to 45. That's a nice number. What I'm actually gonna go do now is finally start my farming runs. I have no idea how to do a farming run as a main account, and I also have no idea how to do a farming run without the crafting cape teleport, because with my skiller, I had 99 crafting before I started training farming. So I'm gonna have to watch a couple guides on farming runs that someone my level can do. I'm not sure how viable that's going to be, but I guess we'll see. I'll try to make a nice run for myself in a notepad. So let's head back to the Grand Exchange and we will buy some stuff for farming. But before we get into that, I guess I'll use this combat lamp on, I guess hit points might be the way to go. Yeah, we'll just go with HP. 7,000 HP, XP. We only need 1,700 more to get to level 61 HP. Oh, I also didn't realize that I had 2 uses of that lamp. So we did get to level 61 HP. Alright, so what I ended up doing was basically watching my own guide for farming for level 3 skillers. And I just did that because our farming level is only level 33 right now. So I only planted the regular trees and the fruit trees. I was only able to plant willow trees and apple trees. They were both really cheap, and I could actually invest more money into farming later in the farming grind when everything gets more expensive and gives you more XP. Let's start off episode 1 with a bang, and let's go complete Mage Arena 1, so we can mark that off of our list by getting the God spells and the God capes. I have never done this before, so I'm going to be watching a guide. I mean, it says it's short and it's from 2003. I just know it's in the wilderness and hopefully nobody kills me. So I just watched a guide from Small XP Lamp, and this is my setup. I have full Mystic and an Unholy Book, and we're going to be casting Fire Blast. I'm bringing enough runes for 250 Fire Blasts. I know I'm not going to need that many, but we're going to give it a shot anyway. He died in the video from a PKer. Hopefully that doesn't happen to me. It's currently at 4:56 in the morning. So I guess we'll find out if I'm going to die or not. And that appears to be fine. And this is really risky because we're in level 55 wilderness right now with level 56. So we can get attacked by level 126s out here. So max players can take me out so easily in this gear. But it appears like nobody is here right now. So let's talk to Collodion and let's try to get this thing done. Let's pray some magic right here and we should be good to go. Hopefully nobody shows up. This looks so boring on regular GPU. I'm going to turn on 117 just to see what it looks like out here. And it still looks boring, but it doesn't look as bad. I don't know what it is lately. I just haven't been running 117 as much as I used to. A lot of people like the 117 and ask for my graphic settings a lot. But lately, I just haven't really been feeling it. It feels a little too much. I don't know what it is, but the colors seem way more vibrant and bright. And I kind of don't like it as much. And there we go. Collodion has been defeated, and we have completed Mage Arena 1. Oh wait, no we haven't. We have to go through the magical pool and pick some capes. And because we have the Unholy Book, and Zamorak is my favorite RuneScape god, we are going to be going for the Zamorak cape. I know you can get multiples of each, but the main one we're going to be repping is Zamorak. And boy, oh boy, does that look nice. Now let's talk to the Chamber Guardian, and because we're wearing a Zamorak cape, he gives me a Ceradoman staff? What? But I'm not wearing... Okay, that's kind of annoying. Alright, but it just looks like we're going to have to buy the Zamorak and Gothic staff later whenever we're doing Mage Arena 2 in what I imagine will be Season 3? But man, we are looking beautiful. I should have bought a Dark Mystic set instead, and it really would have gone well with this cape and this staff in this book. Our farming and birdhouse run isn't ready yet, so in the meantime, let's go do another quest. And the quest that I want to get done is actually the Temple of Ikov. It's another quest that I've never done before, and it came out all the way back in 2002. Alright, Temple of Ikov has been completed, giving us a quest point, 10.5 thousand range XP, as well as 8,000 fletching XP. That's a pretty decent reward. I think it might have got us some fletching levels. Yeah, level 34 fletching. Oh, and I had this in the bank for quite a while. I've been forgetting to open it, but I did get a mystery box from a random event a while ago. Hopefully it has a stale baguette, and no, it quite literally had nothing. Okay, well that was a waste of time, but anyway, what I'm gonna go do now is go to Fossil Island, and I'm gonna do my birdhouse runs as well as my giant seaweed runs because I planted those. And in the downtime, I'm going to be sort of AFKing all of these uncut gems. I'm very curious to know how much money we're gonna lose by cutting them, but I'm also very curious to find out how much XP we get from cutting them, because we have a ton more gems than I was actually expecting to get from those gem bags. Okay, so we have yet another feather donation in this video, this time from Nose Nachos. And and he is donating a total of 100,000 feathers, which coincidentally is the exact amount of feathers we need to bring our feather stack all the way up to 30 million total feathers. Thank you so much, Nose Nachos, for the support. I genuinely cannot believe that we have a total of 30 million feathers now, which are apparently going for 120 mil. Because they're going for 4 GP each right now, apparently. If you guys are new to the series and this is the first video you've seen of the series, the only donations I'm allowed to take on this account are feather donations. I'm not allowed to sell them ever. I just like the way that a feather stack looks, and it's just kind of a cool little community collection. And I also have a feather high scores at the end of every video. So if you guys want to donate some feathers, message me in game, and we can find a place to meet, and you can donate some feathers. But in the meantime, since my last clip, I have been doing a lot of gem cutting. I already cut all of the sapphires and emeralds, and I'm currently working on the rubies. And then after this 918 rubies, we're going to be cutting these diamonds, and I'm already at 78 crafting. It's already way higher than I was expecting to get from cutting these gems. So I am curious to see whether or not we hit level 80. I've also been continuing doing farming runs. I've been doing willow trees and banana trees as of right now. So we also currently have level 42 farming as well. And I even started doing herb runs, planting ranar weeds, and I'm making about 120k per run, which is pretty good. And we are on our last inventory of uncut diamonds. We're not even close to level 80 crafting, which is unfortunate, but it's still way higher than I was expecting to get. If we wanted to get to level 80 crafting, we would need to cut another 1,591 diamonds, and I am not going to do that right now. I could cut these uncut dragonstone, but I think the regular dragonstone is a lot cheaper, so let's just make one real quick just to check. And yeah, you lose about 5.2k every single time you cut one. So I'm not going to be cutting Dragonstone. Let's see how much XP we actually got cutting all of these gems. So we started out with a total of 368,454 crafting XP, and cutting all those gems brought us all the way up to 1,815,234 XP, which means that we gained just over 1.4 mil worth of crafting XP. When I was training at the Shooting Stars for mining XP, I wasn't expecting to be training crafting alongside it, but I am really happy with how that turned out. And it appears that our birdhouses and fruit trees are now finally ready. If you don't know what plugin this is, it is the time tracking reminder plugin from the plugin hub. So I'm going to go do those two real quick. But before we leave the Grand Exchange, let's see how much money all of this stuff is worth. So all in all, it's worth 11.38 mil. So we ended up losing about 2 mil cutting all of this, which isn't too bad because it was basically free from the Shooting Stars anyway. And we gained 1.4 million crafting XP. Something I'm really looking forward to in this series of Maxing a Main is the fact that we now get Hespori seeds, and we're actually able to use them now finally. I have so many of these on my skiller, and they are completely useless pretty much. So it's going to be pretty cool to be able to actually kill Hespori for a change. Ooh, Count Check, hello. Before I walk into the bank and lose you, thank you for the free Slayer XP. And we're only 47 XP away from level 45 Slayer. Also, doing this fruit tree run brought us up to level 44 farming. I'm so glad that I'm finally doing farming again. Every time I stop doing farming, I always get out of the groove to do it. So now that I have my run set up and everything, it's going to be a lot nicer to finally train farming again. But that's where I'm actually going to end today's video. I hope that you guys enjoyed it. I thought that this was a pretty eventful first episode. We got some quests done. We finally did some farming training, and we got a ton of crafting levels as well. I think in the next episode, I'm probably going to be getting level 95 mining, that's for sure. And we're ending this video with 1,230 total level. And we also reached a 30 million feather stack, which is awesome. But anyway, with all that being said, I hope that you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you in the next one.